nonetheless, Gino talked about Caitlin Clark again and sort of gave some backhanded compliments. Like, he talked about how she connects to the audience, which was good. He talked about how she's tough, like Paige Beckers. He threw Paige in there.
Gino Auriemma just can't seem to stop bringing up Caitlin Clark, and this time, it wasn't straight-up praise. His comments were a strange mix of admiration and subtle digs that caught fans off guard. He first acknowledged that Clark connects with audiences in a way few athletes can. But almost instantly, he pulled Paige Buchers into the conversation, as if to remind everyone he still controls the comparisons. The irony? This is the same coach who once dismissed Clark, saying she didn't have what it takes to dominate. Since then, she's turned Iowa into a national powerhouse, rewriting history while Gino watches from the outside. Now, every backhanded remark only highlights the truth. Clark isn't just reshaping the game, she's occupying space in his head rent-free, and he can't seem to shake it.
His way to, first he's like saying she connects to people, and he could have left it at that, I guess. But he almost goes on to put the, reverse some of that discourse, try to put it in others' laps.
After passing on Clark years ago, Gino Auriemma, once the face of recruiting dominance at UConn, now looks like a coach scrambling to protect his legacy. While he labeled her not ready for the pro level, Clark went on to transform Iowa into a ratings juggernaut, selling out arenas and sparking record-breaking interest in women's basketball. Instead of admitting he misjudged her, Gino now appears on podcasts offering lukewarm compliments laced with jabs, trying to reframe the story as if it were all part of his bigger plan. Fans, though, aren't convinced. To them, he looks like a coach who underestimated a generational talent and is paying the price in credibility, money, and missed opportunities.
She's fearless. She just plays. She just is like a little kid in a driveway playing with her friends. Yeah, she's unique in that way. But in terms of what she's doing, people have short memory. Yeah.
On another podcast, Gino doubled down. He praised Clark's ability to connect with people, then immediately turned critical, pointing to her trash talk as if that were a flaw rather than part of competitive fire. Rather than just giving her credit, he twisted the narrative, implying the criticism she faces from WNBA players is her own doing. What he failed to acknowledge is that Clark's confidence and edge are exactly what make her stand out. And while he tries to control the narrative, she keeps shattering records and proving every doubt wrong in front of the entire basketball world.
Beginning of the conversation.
The women's game. So if I think sometimes people get confused over the last 18 months, maybe over the 2 years, that they think it was a rocket, that you all jumped on Caitlin Clark's back and went straight up. But you've been there.
The bigger picture? Clark isn't just winning games, she's rewriting history, all while living in Gino's mind. Every time he tries to minimize her rise, she proves him wrong again, and the cost of his miscalculation is huge. Missing out on Clark didn't just hurt his roster, it cost millions in ticket sales, broadcast deals, and brand value. What could have been his ultimate brag, "I coached her," has become a glaring reminder that he underestimated the wrong player. As Clark elevates Iowa to national prominence, Gino's legacy takes hit after hit, with many fans pointing out that his bitterness now overshadows his brilliance.
Send them up to the WNBA, and then they have something good to work with, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. So it still comes back to those of us that are in charge of the game. Are we making the game better every day?
Pressed further, Gino tried softening his stance, calling Clark fearless and comparing her to a kid enjoying a driveway game. But even that sounded like a faint compliment wrapped in dismissal. Rather than celebrate her mindset, he quickly reminded everyone he's seen greatness before, as if Clark isn't truly unique. The truth is clear. While many athletes hesitate under pressure, Clark thrives in it. She embraces the spotlight, makes the big shots, and never flinches. That fearlessness is what separates her. Yet Gino still struggles to fully acknowledge it, because doing so would mean admitting that the very player he once rejected is now the face of the sport he helped build.
Mariema could be the reason why Caitlin Clark is definitely not joining the unrivaled 3-on-3 basketball league. We finna unpack it all.
Gino couldn't resist bringing Paige Buchers back into the conversation, almost as a shield. While Paige is outstanding, the comparison wasn't about respect. It was about deflecting from the fact that he underestimated Clark, and that's his biggest mistake. Clark isn't just another talented guard. She's fearless, unapologetic, and built for pressure. Every time Gino tries to slot her into the same category as someone else, it only exposes how hard he's working to control a narrative that's already left him behind. When asked directly about her influence, he brushed it off as part of the sport's natural growth, ignoring that Clark herself is the driving force behind women's basketball's surge in popularity. By refusing to give her full credit, Gino looks less like a visionary and more like someone clinging to the past while the future unfolds without him. His biggest blunder came when he tried to rope Clark into his new 3-on-3 league. The project had big investors and bold promises, but Clark wanted no part of it, especially not under the same man who once dismissed her. Without her, the league lacked a star, lost momentum, and exposed Gino as a coach-turned-promoter scrambling to keep relevance. Fans were quick to remind him, this is the same guy who once questioned Clark's toughness for the WNBA. Now, her dominance has turned those old remarks into his biggest embarrassment. In the end, it's simple. Gino underestimated Caitlin Clark, and that mistake has cost him dearly. While he keeps rewriting excuses, she keeps rewriting the future of basketball. With every record, every sold-out arena, and every headline, Clark makes it clear, Gino's era is fading, while hers is just beginning.